The House settlement is going to change college basketball money forever going forward. It's this weird bubble we're in right now where this year was basically the wild, wild west, and schools could spend whatever they wanted on whoever they wanted. And that's how we led to early offseason reports that Kentucky was spending $20 million on this roster. Ultimately, those reports were disputed. Nobody really knows, but going forward, it's going to be a lot more publicly available how much each program is spending. You're going to have to split up money from a $20.5 million budget across all sports. You have to split that up intentionally so before each season starts. Figure out what you're giving to football, figure out what you're giving to basketball, etc. With the SEC, and I think with all high major programs, we're still sort of navigating what schools are going to spend. But early reports are that most of the money each school gets is going to go to football. A lot of that makes sense. The number that has been circulated is that most SEC teams plan to spend around $3 million on men's basketball starting next season. However, per a report from Matt Norlander, where he does his best to accurately describe everything that goes into this entire situation across the country and all of the complications right now, how revenue sharing is going to work. Matt Norlander reports that Kentucky is believed to be dedicating 45% of its $20.5 million cap to men's basketball. We are not a math podcast. Thank God KSR and On3 did the math for us. That would be $9.3 million. That's more than triple what other SEC schools are projected to spend on men's basketball starting next season. Shout out to Norlander and CBS Sports for the report. It's a really interesting article with quotes from a bunch of coaches. You should go read all of it. The expected model here across other teams is that 75% of the cap is likely to go to football, $15 million per football program for big programs like this. And then 15% of the cap is supposed to go to basketball. That's $3 million. That reflects what we've heard elsewhere all around the country. So if this report is true and Kentucky has chosen to spend 45% of its budget on basketball, it means two things. Number one, they're going to have 3 times as much money as everybody else to build a basketball team. Good luck competing with Mark Pope in Kentucky if that's true. And number two, they're going to have way less money on football than any other program in the SEC. That
Perfect.
that'll get split opinions from people, Cart. And I know I'm being long-winded, but I just want to add before I throw it to you. Matt Jones from KSR responded to this yesterday and tweeted this. I am told that the report today about basketball getting significantly more NIL at Kentucky than at other schools is not true to the degree stated. I am told the football folks feel the rev share level for Kentucky football is very competitive with the rest of the SEC. So Matt Jones from KSR is not endorsing Norlander's report that Kentucky is going all in financially on basketball to the detriment of their football team. What do you make of all of this?
What did they say the split was? Was it 45% to Kentucky basketball? Is that what it was?
45% to basketball, which would leave them at $9 million. dollars.
That's low to me. That's low to me because as someone who is, I think I consider myself to be good with money. Two things I try to refrain or I'd like to carry on in life that I don't want to spend too much money on. That's golf balls and Mark Stoops. I don't think he should get any money because I think Mark Stoops is a bad football coach. So, I feel like let's not act like we just want to make Kentucky football this powerhouse. I feel like you can get by with giving them solid money, but also like I don't think Kentucky's ever going to be a real factor in the SEC and football like they want to be as long as certain schools are still around. I think they could get themselves ahead in basketball, which I think, I think Kentucky fans are going to push back on this because I do think there is a large Kentucky football fan base, but I just don't think it's touching basketball. And I think they'd much rather see number nine get raised than see, I don't know, Mark Stoops sneak into the college football playoff.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2K Labs. or maybe college football labs, because the people behind 2K Labs have just built something awesome. CFBLabs.com has everything you need to play college football 26 even better. Cart, you've been playing the game, right?
I have been, but I'm behind the eight ball, Gregory. There's a lot of people out there who got a little bit of edge on me, but the good folks over at 2K Labs got me covered. They got the playbooks I need, the plays, the head-to-head coaches, knowing some teams. Obviously, way too many college football teams. I need the inside edge here, and they got all different types of things to help me get that edge.
Yeah, I jumped in and started playing Road to Glory over the weekend, and I ended up like a two-star recruit that did not get one snap in season one because I chose the wrong school with the wrong roster that was way too loaded. Had I known that CFBLabs.com exists, I would have made a much more wise decision in my Road to Glory mode. They've got teams, playbooks, coaches, team comparison tools. You can literally see every single play in the game, every player in the game, their rating, what they're good at, all in one consolidated place online to help you make the right choices and win more games in college football 26. CFBLabs.com. Go check it out. Yeah, okay. That's kind of my reaction too. Now, again, we are not members of BBN. We were not raised in Kentucky households. We don't have blood that is blue just boiling through our veins. That's not how this works. But my reaction when I first read this was absolutely in line with yours of like, yeah, it's Kentucky, right? This is what I think, university, every program in the country should be doing, right? Like, if you want to be a football program, you're going to have to spend a lot on football. If you want to be Michigan or Ohio State or Georgia or Alabama, probably going to have to spend more of your budget on football than everybody else does. Otherwise, it's going to even the playing field. It's going to be really, really hard under the new structure for any school in America to be elite at both football and basketball, Cart. And if you try to be elite at both, it's only going to go to your detriment because if Kentucky doesn't want to spend $9 million of their $20 million on basketball, guess what? Somebody else will. Like,
Well, okay, here's the thing though. I think you can be a leader both.
how?
Will we stop acting like we care about some other sports?
But even under the current,
Welcome to Carter University. We're cutting baseball, hockey, both varieties. We're cutting tennis. We're cutting all those other sports.
but even under the current structure, I swear 90% of the money is going to football and basketball. So it's not like you'd be getting additional funds. Everybody only has $20 million. So 15 of that's going to football. 3 of that's going to basketball. You have $2 million left. And that's the normal expectation. Maybe an extra $2 million helps you get what, one player? And maybe it'll be more, maybe it'll be less. I don't know. But I just think this is something every school in America, every athletic department in America is going to have to go through. What do we want to be? The ones that say we can be both, I think leave themselves vulnerable to not being good enough at either one. And listen, I don't think we're I don't think we're shocking anyone here by saying Kentucky's a basketball school. They
What?
should be trying to win a national championship in basketball every single year. If that means they have to put $12 million into basketball, and honestly, I would argue this could be the window for Kentucky to have the biggest competitive advantage they've ever had. If they have $12 million and every other program in America is only spending 3, how are we supposed to compete with that?
Yeah, I'd like to like if that is going to be the case, like I would love to place futures on how many times Kentucky wins the SEC because I just think they'll be able to out talent people to a certain extent that they are going to be the favorites.
I mean, let's just go back to this year. Targets that Kentucky reportedly tried to reach out to this year. Braden Smith, he got $4 million ish from Purdue, right? With NIL and other deals added together, that's the number we were told. Yaxel Lendeborg, $4 million from Michigan. Cart, Michigan and Purdue won't even be spending $4 million on their entire roster next season. Like that, you're never going to have to spend that much for players again. So if this was next year, just thinking those recruitments, and Kentucky's coming to the table with $10 million for their roster, and every other school in America has 3, guess what happens if they call Braden Smith? Hey, Braden, what's Purdue paying you? He's like 1.5. I'm getting half of my team's entire budget.
Mm.
Kentucky's like, okay, we'll give you three. I'm not saying he would have left immediately, but like it's a totally different conversation than it was this year. And I think that's what Kentucky should be doing. If I'm a Kentucky fan, that's what I'd be happy about. I would want this report to be true. So, respectfully to Matt Jones and KSR coming out disputing it, I hope it's not disputed. I hope they're spending money on basketball a lot more than they are on football. And I think that's probably ultimately where this is true. I bet Norlander's right.
Yeah, look, and look, the one thing that would make this okay too is if number nine goes up, they don't care about anything. If Kentucky basketball is winning, they don't care about any other sport. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, if I were BYU, I'd say you're putting 45% of your money in basketball. That's cute. We'll put 75%. We're going to put $15 million to our program. Kentucky, now what? Your move.
Please, let's go. Let's go band for band.
Be fun.